Good, happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. State of New Hampshire Department of Safety Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management released a press release today. NWS issue winter storm warning for Coos County impact may be felt statewide. Advisories issue in other parts of the state. This storm will impact Tuesday's morning and evening commutes. And let's take a look at this press release. Here is what they wrote in their press release, as you can see. And if you want to read that press release, we will be sure to share it with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. And here is what the projected snow forecast looks like from meteorologist Kevin Scripa in the WMUR Stormwatch 9 team. PM into Tuesday. In the white here is a trace to 1 inch. In the light blue here is 1 to 3 inches. In the purple, 3 to 6 inches. And way up north of New Hampshire, 6 to 9 inches, it says. And currently, right now, the weather is overcast, 41 degrees. If you want a full weather forecast, just go to WMUR.com and click on weather, and you can get a full weather forecast from the WMUR weather team. And currently, there is one closing right now. Compass Active Behavior Strategies in Concord, New Hampshire. No evening activities. Now let's get to your news. Nashua woman accused of setting own apartment building on fire. Firefighters say they were able to extinguish fire quickly. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Sean, the fire happened in this building behind me here on Tyler Street. Several people living here called 911 when they saw smoke on the 5th floor. The fire was reported just before 6 Friday night at the building owned by the Nashua Housing Facility. Firefighters were able to quickly put the fire out. Doris Ricard, who lives in the building, has been charged with arson for allegedly starting the fire, putting others in danger. Investigators are not saying how she started the fire, but do say this could have been a lot worse.
Especially having a fire set on a higher level. Fortunately, we have a well-equipped fire department that was able to get on scene. The residents called right away after seeing signs of smoke, and they were able to extinguish the fire right away, quelling any further damage or possible injuries or loss of life.
Ricard is being held behind bars. She will be arraigned on Tuesday. Reporting live in Nashua, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Veterans Cemetery marks Veterans Day with special ceremony. The ceremony started at 11 a.m. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
leadership needs a secret sauce.
If someone is not playing with GM Financial, then that's a set of tools.
This ceremony begins in just a few hours, and everyone is invited to attend. Let's show you some video from last year's event. Hundreds of people came to show appreciation and respect for all of those who have served our country and all they've done to protect our freedoms throughout the years. Now, if you're planning to attend today's ceremony, it begins at 11 this morning. You're asked to arrive by 10:30 to allow time to park and walk to the ceremony. You're also encouraged to bring a lawn chair. The ceremony is about an hour long. It's just one of the events happening today. Nashua and Manchester are holding parades. The Manchester VA Medical Center will be hosting the Red Sox and their World Series trophies, along with music from the Merrimack Valley a cappella chorus. And the State Veterans Home in Tilton will hold their Veterans Day ceremony tomorrow at 11. You can also head to our website for a list of places that are offering discounts to veterans today, along with stores that have different hours because of the holiday. We're live in Boscawen this morning. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Julian Castro says New Hampshire not diverse enough to hold first primary. Time for change. Former Obama administration housing secretary shut down presidential campaign in New Hampshire last week. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Well, new Commitment 2020 information into our newsroom overnight. WMUR's John DeStaso reports that Democratic candidate Julian Castro is calling for New Hampshire to lose its first-in-the-nation primary status. During an interview on MSNBC Sunday, Castro cited a lack of demographic diversity in New Hampshire as well as Iowa, saying they're not reflective of the United States as a whole. New Hampshire Democratic Party Chair Ray Buckley responded to Castro's comments, saying, quote, "I can imagine he's frustrated, but blaming his campaign's challenges on the voters of Iowa and New Hampshire is a bit much." Now, just last week, Castro let his New Hampshire staffers go. He is also not planning to file for the primary in person. To read more about this, you can visit DeStaso's primary source column on WMUR.com.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Herd of sheep on loose in Marlborough, police say. Shepherds out looking for sheep, police say. A herd of sheep got loose in the Frost Hill area of Marlborough on Monday, police say. Police said their shepherds are out looking for the animals. Anyone who spots the sheep is asked to call police dispatch at 603-355-2000. Police joked on Facebook the sheep are terrorizing grass somewhere in the area. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Monday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the red and went down. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the red and went down. U.S. 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed flat, and VIX closed in the green and went up. Dow ekes out record close as Boeing jumps, but trade in Hong Kong worries cap gains. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed slightly higher on Monday, easing a defect in 163 points as Boeing shares popped on news as it will resume deliveries of Boeing 737 MAX jets next month. Judge tosses out part of Trump's tax lawsuit. Go somewhere else and file. Let's take a listen to that video from MSNBC News.
This news on the fight over releasing President Trump's tax returns. A judge has dismissed part of Trump's lawsuit against the House Ways and Means Committee, challenging its ability to obtain Trump's New York State tax returns. NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams joins us now. Pete, what is this all about? Because a New York judge says, yeah, turn him over.
Well, this is a judge here in Washington, D.C., and this is one of many attempts to get at the taxes. So what happened is, as you may recall, is that after this fight began over whether the House could get his tax returns under a federal law that allows the requisite House committees to examine a president's returns to see if they're being properly audited. And after that sort of bogged down in court, New York State passed a law saying that these committees or other appropriate federal officials could ask for and get the president's state tax returns in New York. So the president's lawyers went to court. They came to a federal judge here, and they said, Judge, we want you to block this. We don't think that this law is constitutional. Now, the judge in his ruling this afternoon says, first of all, none of these public officials, no chairman of these congressional committees have yet asked for his taxes. But the judge basically says, if you've got a problem with New York officials, don't come into my court. Go up to New York and sue there. So he has dismissed this part of the case without prejudice. Now, the fight over whether the House can get the president's tax returns under the separate federal law goes on. This was about under the New York state law that was passed in July. This is what the judge has thrown out of court, saying, I'm a judge in Washington. I don't have the jurisdiction to decide this case. Go somewhere else and file your lawsuit.
Pete, thank you for your reporting on this. Pete Williams for us in Washington. Hey, MSNBC fans.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful night, everyone. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, and bye, everyone.